welcome back to my channel. Gosh, I'm so new at this, so I get nervous. Okay. I've watched thousands of these. You think I should be normal, but I'm still nervous. So, welcome. It's early morning. Let's get ready. So this is going to be my semi-everyday makeup. I change it from day to day, usually depending on how I feel. Like if my skin's more dry, I use a more hydrating foundation. If it's a little more on the moisturized side, use more of a matte to cancel it out, as my skin is just all over the place. It's usually like a combination. I get oily in my T-zone, but on my sides it's kind of a little bit drier in these areas. But some days I do have it where my skin feels a little more dry even after I've moisturized. So I wash and moisturize. I'm going to prime with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I'm almost out of, so I have to take the lid off. You want to be gentle. You don't want to really tug at the skin too much. If you do, obviously moisturize and prime. You want to try and kind of do it up so that, you know, as you age, if you pull it down, you're gonna sag. I don't think that's the look a lot of us want to go for. Okay, so then I'm gonna mix the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation in Buff and the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Foundation in FS 4.0. This one I feel is like a little too light and it's not really long wearing. This one, I got shade matched for this one, but I just feel like this one has the coverage. This one doesn't really have that. It's medium. I like full, but the long wear of this one, not the long wear of this one. I'm gonna mix about a pump each because I'm extra. Extra, read all about it. About a pump of each, okay. These are thick, girl. Like, I have a bunch of acne right now. Trying to get that covered up. I just got it all over my foundation, my face, not my foundation. I can't even speak anymore. And I'm sorry if the light's not the best. I am in natural lighting out in my sunroom. I am new at this, so I don't have like studio lights or anything. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild sponge and I'm just gonna blend it out. Now, you're gonna get more coverage with a brush. And I just realized that I'm already blending with a sponge. So we're gonna do the sponge today. And you always want to dab like this, touch, to really work it into the skin. You never ever want to rub because you're just gonna swipe away that foundation. And even though these are pretty much my skin color, I always go over down my neck to make sure the tone and everything matches. Sometimes I just take the extra, go over that. Get it here. Everything is, oh girl, yes. Because this is where I get really red. Well, obviously, naturally, you know, you get red around your nose. So, but like the 24-hour coverage one with that one, it just, I feel like it comes off of my forehead. And I don't really worry about it because my forehead, knock on wood, is pretty good. It doesn't have that many like flaws. A couple sunspots, that's about it. So I don't mind it, but it's I feel like sometimes it's weird because you'll see foundation down here, but when you look close, you don't see foundation there. I just think that's weird, so I always try and... So I just mix. Also, my nose is a problem for me, always. It always has been a big problem for me. It likes to come off on my nose. It doesn't like stain, foundations and whatnot don't like really stain on my nose. I don't know why. I try different things. Doesn't really always work. So I like using like these bottles. It's the setting spray bottles. Once I've used the setting spray, usually I don't reuse them. I use a normal spray bottle. I'll put water in them. Don't know why I'm shaking at it. And I'll just take a little like napkin that looked really dirty, but it's not. It's nails, alright. And what I do with my eyebrow brush is I'll just clean it off because I am going to be using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade in 380 Deep Brown. My brows are naturally on the thicker side, but I like defining my brows. And I always love doing my brows simply because it defines and frames your face. And I feel like it can make any look good. I just did my brows, so they should be good. Excuse me, if you can hear the kids in the background, my house is full of little babies. One big family. And what I do is I just simply follow the shape of my brows. And at the front right here, going to do the up motion, simply like that. So we can look a little more natural. And I'm going to take the spoolie. I'm just going to work it through. Usually with this, like the bottom arches, I'll just do a straight kind of line. And then I'll start doing little motions for the eyebrow to mimic the brow hair. You don't want it to look artificial. I mean, if you come up close, like, you're gonna see her eyebrows look like that naturally, but I try and make them look as natural as possible. Sorry. So see, I'm gonna do a straight line, and then I'm kind of, as I get closer this way, more do it that way, then wipe. Take some slight more. I don't use a lot. I don't think you could see that. Just a little smidge, you can't see it. I don't really use a lot. Just fill the arch. And then here we go with these small strokes. And whatever is on the brush, I just take it right in the front. And then brush through. Much better. It's not the most natural brows in the world, that's for sure. I just love my brows to be defined. You can take, instead of water on your little towelette, you can use obviously brush cleaner. Just don't have that on hand, so I use that. Sometimes if I don't fill in my brows with the pomade, or I don't want them to be too strong, I'll use a brow pencil. This is the Scone Brow Wand eyebrow pencil. I got this in my Ipsy bag. So far I like it. So then we're gonna go back on the face, and I like doing the eyebrows after the foundation, so the foundation has time to kind of just soak it on my skin. And then I'm gonna take a brush. I can find one. I usually have one in here, but apparently, of course, it runs away. There we go. Okay, this is the Bukachi. I don't know if you can see that. Their concealer brush. I am going to take my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in medium sand. And I'm just going to take some off the wand. Not too much because I don't want it to be too crazy. And I'm going to clean up my brows. I do not do this every day, but when I have the time, I like to just be a little extra. I don't do the tops because you never really want like to highlight it, too highlighted up there. At least that's not a personal preference for me. I don't like it being too highlighted up there. Personal preference. If you want it a little highlighted, do you, boo? I'll just... It's definitely not fully blended out. Take whatever left over and put it on my eyelids, and then I'll take my sponge again. This is my Wet n Wild Beauty Sponge, and I love it. It is amazing in my personal opinion. I love it. So then I'm gonna do my concealer in general, and now I mix the e.l.f. normal 16-hour camo concealer with the e.l.f. hydrating camo concealer. Okay, and they're both in the same medium sand, the same shade, but they're different colors. This one's a little darker, and I like it for the hydrating effect. I don't want to dry out my under eye, so I just put it on the inside, the inner half. I want to bring it down because I like to match. Obviously, I like to mix, you could tell. I'll take the normal camo concealer, which is lighter, to do the highlighting effect. I don't put too much because this is every day. And I don't want to be too crazy today. We're in quarantine. I'm probably just going to stay home. I might have to run to the grocery store later with my face mask and hope I don't get anything. Quarantine day, like what, 510 I feel like? Going crazy. Just gonna blend that out. I put it on the bridge of my nose, and sometimes I'll put it right here, but I just mainly focus it on the bridge to slim my nose out. And then I'll put it on my forehead, cupid's bow, and chin, because I don't want it to be highlighted under here and then not on the rest of my face and look weird, in my opinion. So it's just a preference. It's all about preference. If you want your under eyes to look more bright, available. And then I'm gonna take my Airspun powder, and this is in the translucent extra coverage. I bought this because if you guys will follow him, Patrick Star, your girl loves you. I'm just gonna use my sponge to do it. I like doing it because I feel like I don't dry out my under eye. And you always want to make sure that you don't want it creasing already, because if you set it after it's already creased, the crease will stay. It will not go out. I got some on my brow. Sometimes, sometimes I'll take a powder, or sometimes I'll just take my sponge and I'll just go over it and set my foundation. Today, it's just everyday foundation. I don't want to pull out something else, you know? I'm already extra. Let's not be that extra. that should be good. Just put that back. And this is pretty much, I have a lot of drugstore products. Pardon me. Do not have Corona. Don't anyone thinking, oh my gosh, I have Corona. Talking about it. Take this brush to go over. Make sure all the powder's off. Then I'm going to take the Eco Tools brush and I'm going to take the LA Colors Mineral Pressed Powder in Toffee. As you can see, it's darker than me. And I like to bronze my skin. I certainly 100% do not contour every day, but I do love to bronze my skin and give me dimension. But it's all a personal preference. This is just what I like doing when I do makeup, because I don't do makeup every day. So when I do, sometimes I just like being a little extra. As you can tell, I mean, I'm sure this is not everybody's cup of tea for a normal foundation routine and makeup. So then I'm going to take a fluffy brush after all of my brushes fall. And this, I do not know. I got this at the beauty show that has came to my town before. And I just put a little bit, I'm gonna put a little bit of that bronzer in my crease of my eyelid just to give me a little dimension. Okay, and then put that up. I'm gonna get my blush, and this is just a blush. I change up my blushes usually quite regularly. Sometimes I even switch up my bronzers. I'll just buy what I see. This is the MAC blush in Desert Rose. It's matte. I am that kind of girl that I personally prefer a matte. I don't want a bunch of shimmer on there. I mean, it'll give you a glow from time to time. Yeah, I'll use one, but it's not an everyday thing. Sometimes it's when I want a little bit of extra glow, then yeah. And I'll just put a little bit on, because you can put more on. You can't really take it off without taking everything off. And we don't want to do that. So then I'm going to take my highlighting brush. This is also, these are big brush set from Walmart. I got around Christmas time. So I do not know the exact name of them. I'm sorry. They're beautiful. I love them. And just when I highlight, usually every day kind of, is the Milani Afterglow in Strobe Light. Looks like that. It's really pretty. I dip it in, pop out the excess. And I bring it up to my brow bone as well to highlight my brow bone, so I'm having to get like 5 different brushes. The tops of my cheeks, bring it up to my brow bone. And then I'll just do the bridge of my nose, the very tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Sometimes if I'm feeling extra, I'll put it up here. And then usually I'll just take some small shadow brush and I'll just put it in my inner corner. Or I'll use my fingers. I just happen to have my brushes out right now. Such a beautiful highlight. I love it. And then again, I'm gonna take that brush that I used to dust off all the powder, and I'm just gonna kind of go over everything and make sure it's all seamless. Sometimes if I feel like I've gone a little too far with the bronzer, I will clean it up, but we're not gonna do that today. And then for the eyes, obviously I just put the bronzer and the highlight. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little froggy, put a little extra, I'll put like some eyeliner on, whether that be in my waterline or a liquid liner on the tops of my eyes. I don't really do a wing, so I'm not really good at it. Today I'm gonna keep it pretty natural, and I'm not going to do eyeliner. I don't think, might change that later. It's all in preference. But I'm gonna put mascara on. This is a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Love it. Honestly, in my opinion, I think sometimes it is better than sex. Just kidding. The only one that makes a crazy face. Sometimes I'll just go hot carefully because I just got some on my eye. So then I'll sorry. I'm not mad. Doggy wants to keep coming in and out. Weirdo. So mascara, and sometimes I'll do lipstick. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll just do like a lipstick or whatnot, throw it on, or some chapstick. Usually, I like to take multiple different ones. Sometimes, I don't know. One of my go-tos is the Ofra long-lasting liquid lipstick in mocha. It's a pretty color. Kind of like mauvey. I like it. And sometimes I'll line my lips. Usually I don't. I love this color. Like that. And set it on. There we go. Okay. And this is my everyday, semi-everyday makeup routine. What I wear makeup, but I kind of want to be a little extra. This is pretty much it. Hair in a bun and everything. Okay. There we go. Thank you. Have a nice day.